Yeah, David Nwap on the fourth. Kris Dunn unbelievable. What do you think of that?
Yeah, Lowry was awesome in the first half. Really all game, they really started hugging him and going under on pick and roll, staying attached. And Kris was a benefactor of that, stepping up and knocking down shots. Justin Holiday had another really good game from three. Just a really good team win, against a tough team. This team did the exact same thing to Golden State. They had a 10-point lead in Golden State. They brought it all the way back and tied the game before Steph hit the three. So they do that. Obviously, we'd like to close it better. When you have a 10-point lead with about a minute to go, you got to find a way to get a couple stops. We gambled on a steal, we got a lane violation. Just really stupid things. But you know what? It's a really good win coming down here. It's a team that's been really hot and rolling, and we'll take it.
You had a feeling that Kris Dunn was going to bounce back from the game the other night against okay, so we're in the same
It's
thing. What made you think that? And
It wasn't Toronto.
Toronto, right?
Yeah. You know what? I had a really good talk with Kris before the game, and
Before tonight's game?
I brought him in my office and I said, listen, I'm going to start giving you some added responsibility, and you're becoming a guy that as you go, we go, and I'm going to let you go and control the offense a little bit, so it's not looking over his shoulder at me for play calls all the time, and start recognizing who to get the ball to. Justin's got to go and run a play for him. Tonight we had great flow early, and we went to it and stuck with it. And I think started out the game 8 for 8 and had a great first quarter. So those are the things to get Kris to the next step, is to continue with his development, is to go out there and recognize situations to where I'm not barking out a play and kind of slow down. We want to keep our pace. We want to keep our flow, and part of that is Kris Dunn taking that responsibility and running with it. And part of that is, and I told him, I said, you can't have lapses in your play, especially on the defensive end, which against Toronto, that was the disappointing thing to me. He didn't score the ball great, but he had a couple of possessions defensively that just took off. And those are the things that can't happen when you're the leader out there on the floor. So that's the next step for Kris, and I thought tonight was a really good first step of that.
Is that why he seemed more? I mean, he was definitely more animated with the play calling and pointing to guys and making sure that everyone saw what. Was that him just calling out the offense?
He did. He did a really good job with that, and especially in the second half when we're going away from our bench. He's got to be able to make those calls. Late in games when the crowd gets into it, he's got to be able to get guys in position in the right spot. They do a good job of mixing in zone defenses. Our second half attack of the zone was much better than it was in the first. Part of it was Jaren. Jaren did a good job getting us into our zone offense, and Kris got us into a few of them as well. But just overall, the first play we wanted to get him going, we threw a lob. He got it, and that kind of set the tone for Kris tonight.
Fred, Justin's a guy who this is a good problem to have, because a lot of it's a reflection of Kris and Lowry's maturation and talent, but Justin's not getting as many shots now as he did earlier in the season. Can you speak to the professionalism that he's handled, role changing, and obviously still coming up big for you tonight?
Yeah, it's 2 in a row for Justin now. He had 26 against Toronto, really got a good rhythm and carried that over into tonight's game. He's just shooting the ball with a lot of confidence right now. Teams, they aren't leaving him as much. They're not leaving Lowry as much, especially as the game goes on. They either switch or they go under on Kris. So that's what was there tonight, was Kris Dunn stepping up and making shots. I think he was 4 for 5 from 3 and hit a lot of big mid-range shots as well. And his attack to the basket, where he had some really, really good finishes. It was as good as it's been really this year. So, Justin, when he has the opportunity to shoot, he's stepping up and making big ones for us. He may go 12 minutes without touching the ball, but when he does, you can give him credit for being able to knock down shots.